Labeled it wrong. I must have. Let me see if this is the other one. It's like the same thing. I guess I didn't do it right. Just when I thought
Oh, what
I
a good
had
show
it.
that was, everybody. Thank you for joining. That was our
Thank you
outro.
for joining. We appreciate you. No, here we go, man. Let's get what the hell is going on? Let me see if I can find it now. I gotta find it. I think it's this one. Nope, I got it mislabeled somewhere. Whatever, man. I'm not gonna find it right now. That's how things are going. Oh man, Jess, what up?
Jess is here. You got to try it one more time for
One more
she missed
game.
her.
One more game.
Yeah,
All right, we gotta do. We got
I'll put it on my phone and I'll mirror it.
that part. I gotta figure out where did I put it. It's in here.
Dun dun
Dun,
dun.
dun. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
I can put it on my phone and just put my phone up like
that.
and we can,
Where did I put it?
oh. Well, you want to skip it?
Nope. Yeah,
Nope.
I'm invested now, bro. Like I
Well,
gotta.
we said that we wanted a shorter show tonight. We're already a minute 30 into it. So this is one way to do it.
Where did I do? What did I do? And how did I mess this up so bad? That's the question. Please, somebody tell me. All right, we're gonna go with the one that I got in here anyway, and then just let that play through. Forget it.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's get that going back to the beginning then. And I'm gonna look for it. Way to go. What way to go. Let me see. Is this the one right here though?
This isn't the view. This is the dad's point of view. Damn it. As you can see, Jason has 3 kids. I have 2. Together that equals 5. And while the moms are away, we keep our kids alive.
The plan is to talk about our family.
Why did you tell him what a Melvin was? And I said, would you rather me let him keep calling it a wiener wedgie?
Plan is to talk about what we do as stay-at-home fathers.
I love to do it in front of the girl and then yell ducks.
Parking spiders.
The plan is to talk about our life as we know it right now.
I start to feel like I need me time. Where's my me time at?
For me, it's brand new. I've been in it for 2 years. For Chris, he's been doing stay-at-home dad since his children first dropped out the womb.
With what I've been through with my kids, they better cure cancer.
I just want to make sure I get the right people around my children.
Sorry, I know it's a podcast. I shouldn't be using visuals.
Jeez, welcome to the Rad Bad Stay at Home Dad podcast. This is what exhaustion, mental health, stability, wearing out, the whole kit and caboodle looks like. Week 2 of disaster intro. I wonder if we could do a third time in a row.
Don't blame the producer of the video.
Nope, definitely wasn't the producer of the video.
Just kidding, man. Winter is in full effect.
Oh man, what up though? We just had seen a comment of Jess. Jess is in the building. Great, and thank you for following and being a dope supporter. Make sure you share the live. Make sure that you tap the like button for us so we know who's all here and what's going on. Again, you guys can catch us on all major platforms for podcast purposes. We will have a dumping of the last 2 to 3 weeks of podcast that we're live. I'm gonna get to it. It's been a tough week for me, man. But make sure you tap in on all platforms. There's Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Amazon Podcast, just about any and everywhere you podcast, you can catch our Rad Bad Stay at Home Dad podcast. Guys, I need to tell you something before we start this. It's been a tough 2 weeks, a couple weeks, man. Seasonal depression is tapping in, depression is tapping in. I am not 100%. So pray for me, man. Keep high hopes for me. As I seek counseling, man. I'm looking for a BIPOC counselor so I can, definitely tap in and get these thoughts in order, man. Nothing too crazy, nothing too dangerous, but I do have to be conscious and aware of what's going on. And me sharing that with you guys out there is to let you know that everyone deals with it. Even the most bubbliest of people deal with some sort of depression. So attack it, talk about it, and bring it to the forefront just so you know what I'm saying, it can be acknowledged. It ain't something that you only deal with. Everybody has been there. But with that, man, let's go ahead and hop into this show, man. Chris, how you doing, my trusty co-host?
Well, I was gonna say I'm doing all right, but I'm, I guess compared to you, I'm doing great. I'm in a bit of a winter funk as well
Right.
as I always am, and with my kids being in kindergarten and I'm sorry, first grade and third grade, and it's being cold as can be outside. I'm finding myself bored, but also busy, and that gets me frustrated because I'm finding things to do, and there's things always to be done, and um, I don't want to do certain things because it's too cold just to run to Home Depot to grab one thing. And so I'm trying to keep busy. Yesterday, I cleaned out my frickin' pantry, and I was like, I'm 38, cleaning out my pantry on a Wednesday at 2 o'clock. This is my life type deal. So
Yep,
I'm
yep.
I'm doing all right. Everyone's finally at us in our health in our house, and so I appreciate you speaking up a little bit. I talked a little bit about it here, but I went through a little depression when my kids half and Sawyer was 5. I was sick physically, which got me sick mentally, and it was tough because dealing with the kids all day. It made it harder, but it also kind of made it easier because I had something to do, and it kept
Yeah,
kept my mind off it. But at the same point, it also kind of drags you down because when they are Margot's age, they are so much work and so much energy, and they don't care. They're gonna jump on you, and they need to eat, they need to get changed, and they need to go to sleep. So, um, feel your pain. I hopefully when the weather gets better, you can kind of come out a little bit. Um,
yeah.
let your kids keep you busy, man. It's there is light at the end of the tunnel. at
There
least
is, man.
At least there was for me, and hopefully you get there too as well.
Oh man, I appreciate you about that, man. And thank you for sharing that. And it's always good to hear other people doing well because it's like, all right, Jay, you can do this, you can get there, you can feel better. It's gonna take some work, but you can do it. And that's where I'm sitting at right now. That's where I'm at right now, and trying to gather that because it's like, all right, I can move around, I can do things, but now it's COVID high peaks again, and no one wants to do anything, or everyone's catching COVID, and no one goes out or is doing anything, or I don't want to really go anywhere because I don't want to, what I'm saying, really bring that back to the family, all those things. So my little things to kind of refuel and rejuvenate me are being kind of cut out, so it's a little tougher, man. And then you're right, so it brings it to that where the kids, it is cold outside. They do bundle up as much as they can, but they can only, or we can only spend 45 minutes outside before it's like too dangerous or too cold because now the gloves are falling off, they're playing in the snow and the wind is hitting them, and it's like, okay, we got to come back in. And then at that point it's like, I've already cleaned this area up and now it's dirty again. I've cleaned it up at night and it's dirty again. And I did this and it's dirty. And I'm like, okay, am I asking for too much from an 8-year old, a 4-year old, and a 2-year old? Like, am I asking for too much? But I'm tired of doing the same thing over and over and over again. You know what I mean? So it's working out, man. Jess says I have PTSD from a previous relationship. Man, it's a struggle, but don't let it run you. You run it. That's what. And I've been listening to a lot of motivational things that speak to that, where it's like I am the creator of my emotion. I am the master of my emotions and how I feel and what I can't let. And I tell people to do this: protect your peace. Drink water. I haven't been drinking enough water. I haven't been protecting my peace. I haven't been giving myself the time that I need for me. All those type of things. And when I do, it's late night, and then now I'm embarking on my sleep time, and now I'm getting 2, 3, 4 hours of sleep, and I can't run a whole household off of something like that. So it's been tough.
Yeah, you gotta get more sleep. And
Yeah.
I I don't know how you do it. Sometimes you're up pretty late, and I'm like I'll be checking my stuff, and I see you doing your other shows. I'm like I'm tired. I can watch this for for a little bit, but I'm going to bed. And the crazy thing is, I focus a lot more on health. I always do. I mean, year round, but I get kind of I really shut it down in January and February and get myself
Right.
in mentally there. And so I'm going to bed an hour and a half, 2 hours early. And the crazy thing is, I'm more tired now than I am when I'm up till 11:30 midnight watching football, having a couple drinks. Now it's like I'm going to bed at 10:30, 11. I'm drinking herbal tea, and I'm waking up at like 8 o'clock, 8:30, groggy. And I don't under.
Don't get
Maybe
it.
it's just the winter months, man. And I
That could be it.
what helped me when I was at my lowest, I remember when I was suffering from chronic migraines, and I remember sitting on the couch and taking a medication I wish I'd never taken. I didn't realize till
Hmm.
after it was an off-label migraine blocker, but it was an antidepressant, and I didn't know that when I got on it. I should have done more research.
Yeah.
But I remember at one point sitting on the couch at a family function, and my brother was playing with Sawyer, and I'm like, I should get off the couch and play with Sawyer. But like the fact that I had to tell myself that kind of that was one of my low points. And then
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick the medicine, and if I get pain, I'll deal with the pain. But I don't like I want to be in control of how I feel mentally. And then I said, the physical stuff, there's only so much I can do, but the mental stuff, I'm going to take control of this. And that's when I started really working out. And I think any addiction is really bad, but I became addicted to working out just to channel all that.
That
You know what
part.
I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's a goal to make myself sweat every day, and it is good for me. It drives my family nuts. Where we're like at the Great Wolf Lodge, and before I get up at 9 o'clock to start the day, I'm working out in the hotel room, and
Right. Jumping
kids
jacks
are
and
eat-
everything.
oh, absolutely, man. And it's
Right.
when I'm at the lake and it's 20 below, I'm walking outside to the garage and working out in the garage. It's just it's 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 how I clear my head, and how um it takes energy, but then it gives me energy. As weird as that
I
sounds.
know that feeling. I
And
know
then
that feeling.
when I'm eating and drinking like shit, it also kind of neutralizes all those negative calories, man. But
That part. Hey, what up, though, Rasheed? I see you in the building, man. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate you here at Rad Bad Stay at Home Dad Podcast. We're talking about mental health. We're talking about dad roulette. We're gonna hop into that real quick. But before we do that, I want to bring up this one, man. And I watch her on TikTok a lot because she gives me inspiration to say, all right, shit is okay, especially with what I have going on. And I'm not the only one. So I want to share this with you here. Her name is Emily, and what's so dope is that she's like on a like way of normalizing life as a stay-at-home parent, right? And for her, she's like showing her stuff, like showing what's going on. So I want to share that with you guys. Let me tell me what you guys think of this here. Here we go. Let's jump into this video real quick. Actually, let me stop it because I didn't. No, it's already good to go. Let's go and check it out.
You guys love these. I like to normalize being normal. Life without the filters. Let me walk around my house and make you feel better about yours. Anyone else have furniture that's damaged, but you refuse to buy more because kids ruin everything? See all these air bubbles in my dining room table where water has saturated in? I refuse to buy another one, so maybe my kids move out. I love to utilize all the counter space in my kitchen. I don't like to waste. But I am wasting these hot cocoa bombs I insisted I needed. I've only had 2. How long will it be till I eventually just throw them away? An empty wine rack. That's a problem. 10 a.m. living room floor check. A wreck. Hazel, look at my end table. Energy drinks because I'm so tired and haven't slept in 2 days. Love that. Not 1, but 2 empty baby bottles. And wow, 2 bananas, still like half eaten and in their peels. I had one, and my toddler insisted on eating mine, even though she'd eaten half of hers. But they didn't finish it.
That part. Someday she gives me the energy and the life to be like, all right, Jay, it's normal. It's okay. Me finding an apple core that's been, petrified because it's been found behind the television. How is it behind the television? I don't know. I don't know. So it kind of just gives me the A-OK to say that. Take a breath, enjoy what's going on, enjoy the hugs and the kisses and the screams and the screams and the screams and the screams and enjoy the rest of the life, right?
And people say one day you'll look back on this and miss those days. And
I
I do in a way, and I don't in a way. I think I posted on Facebook the other day of Lil when she was, I think, 1.5, 2, and God, I was so like in that mom zone that she was just showing, just so locked into of just shit everywhere and just exhaustion and the rinse repeat groundhog days of things that phase of her. I enjoyed it a lot, but I wish I could have pushed some of that jargon to the side and just lived in the moment, because there's so much fun at that age. But then again, I mean, realistically now, I'm sure in 5 years, I'm gonna look back at me now and be like, why couldn't you just stop harping on that and just enjoy the moment? Like
right.
the other day when Jack was gone, and we talk about this. I don't eat this time of year. I'm not eating breakfast, so I wait till I work out, and then I have my shake and a protein bar most days. And I opened my protein bar. Like, Dad, can I have a bite of your protein bar? And I'm like, you had breakfast and lunch today. This is what I get for the next 5 hours. So I gave her like this little sliver, and she looks at me, and I'm like, I should. So I gave her a little more. I go, there. Is that good? Is that a good enough
Is
bite
that
for
right?
you? You're eating 95 or like 90% of my.
of your meal for the next few hours, man. I promise to you, it's a joy, but it's a hindrance too, is because I feel like I feed my children enough and they eat well, but it's almost every 45 minutes. Can I have an orange? Can I have a beef stick? Can I have this? Can I have that? And in my mind now, right here in this moment, I'm like, okay, well, I guess they're growing children. They need to eat. That's what it is. I've already grown. I don't need to eat like that. I guess they do. So damn it. Cause I'll go the day without eating. Just give me a couple good glasses of water and we got this.
Yeah.
And then I realized how cranky I've been the whole time. And I'm like, all right, well, let's reel that back. Well, man, you brought it up and you spoke about it. This weekend you had Dad Roulette. It was solo dolo for Chris. His wife went to Vegas. And he had the children all weekend. Now on our Facebook page at Rad Bad Stay at Home Dad Podcast, you are able to see some of the great photos that he had posted on there. One being movie night, which was also the camp night. What it seems like they are all able to sleep in the basement watching a movie. How did this weekend go?
I got Sawyered.
I got Sawyered. What does that mean?
Well, I had Dad Roulette set up so I wouldn't get Sawyered, and I still got fucking Sawyered.
It became Sawyer weekend.
It did not become Sawyer. It was the point of the roulette was that you throw in what you want, and what gets pulled gets pulled. There's none. I don't want to do this now. I don't want this. Not what. Son of a bitch got me. So they got home from school, and we picked names out of the hat. Or first thing was meals, organizing the meals. And so we did pancakes and eggs and sausage for dinner. That was that. And
I love a
then
good breakfast for dinner. That's my favorite dinner. Breakfast for dinner. Continue.
everybody eats. Like everybody
eats.
in the club eats
Everybody.
when you make breakfast for dinner. Everybody eats. And yes, it's one of our go-tos as well. And then it was their wind down time, and I actually said to them, they wanted to make a fort, and I
Mhm.
said, instead of a fort, guys, I was going to say, why don't we blow up a mattress and put on a movie and sleep down here and have some popcorn? Sawyer, who doesn't like movies, like his eyes lit up, and I go, you guys want to watch Back to the Future now? And they were so excited. So it was great for me because I just started to get a head cold and I felt like garbage. And then so we laid down, and Friday night they stayed up till 10:15, I think 10:30 Friday night, and they
Nice.
slept on the bed. I woke up. I slept in the guest room. I woke up at 2 in the morning, and I was surprised because Sawyer was next to me, not Lily. Lily made herself. And then Saturday morning, as you know, um, the temperature dipped, so it was chilly Saturday morning. And then Lily really wanted to go sledding. Mine was ice fishing or or a movie. Sawyer couldn't decide what he wanted to do, and then he just said, "I want to go to Sky Zone for my thing." And Lily's like, "Yeah, let's do Sky Zone." She goes, "Can we do Sky Zone today?" And Sawyer's like, "Yeah, let's do Sky Zone today." I said, "Well, we're supposed to do the roulette thing," and Sawyer's like, "Well, if we agree to do sledding tomorrow, and we do Russian roulette, or we do Sky Zone
Please don't
today."
do Russian roulette.
Yeah, right. My bad. That's where my head's at. Is if we agree to do Sky Zone today and sledding tomorrow, can we do that? And I said, sure, Dad. You think I'd know my son
You
more than I
thought
did?
right. You got.
Got.
Hold
I
on.
got
Where's
got.
my
I got.
Got him!
So we're gonna sidebar here. We're at Sky Zone. Gonna set the over under at 1.5 for the amount of times Chris told another kid get their ass back in line. Parent, how many times I someone else's kid that they can't just go jumping in front? I'm gonna set the over under at 1.5.
One of that. I would say good 3 times, man. You found three
Nailed it.
children. Now
Nailed it.
you out here
Nailed it.
parenting
Three
other
times.
children.
So
Get in line.
for Jess, and then if you're in the building, let me know what you guys think about this. And Jay, what do you think about this? So they have these ramps you have to run and jump and try and climb up to the top, right? And it isn't just stand up for my kids. There's like 5 or 6 kids in a line, and these kids come running in. And they just start jumping on it, and they're not. They're taking their sweet time playing on it, and I'm looking at these kids in line, and I'm like, hell no. So I walked over and I said, you know, you got to go wait in line. You can't just come in here. And one of the kids was oblivious to it. Another girl like gives me like this look, and she goes to go back and do it again. I said, no, there's kids waiting in line. You gotta wait your turn. And then she goes running over to her mom and taps her mom, and her mom looks at me, and I'm like, parent your kid, or
That
tell them
part.
not to be a little shit because your kid's very special, but so is every other kid here.
So is every kid here, right?
And yeah, and so I had to tell a couple kids what time it was. So am I right or wrong for stepping in? I mean, kids will be kids, but parents need to be parents, in my opinion.
Oh no, you are absolutely right for that. I was we're using buttons today. You are absolutely 100% right for what you did, my friend. I was watching something on one of these platforms, and a mother was like, I don't teach my children to say or force them to say thank you or this and that because it does this to them. I go, what? So you expect some child to not to do something that they have no complete idea, know how to do? Like that makes no sense to me. So if they feel they have free reign to just run in the front of the line while other children are waiting, and you don't correct that they just gonna automatically correct that as an adult. No, what?
There are
Like
parents that say like they're being kids, let them be kids, and they'll figure it out. And I mean, Sawyer's like, he's like, what's going on here? I'm like, hell no, you ain't doing that shit.
exactly, because some people know order, they know structure. If I'm in line, I wait in line. Nobody goes and just jumps in. You're not gonna figure those type of things out, and you don't want your kid bumping their head that hard. So you teach them the real core basics of respecting everybody, or the structure of the of what's happening in your system right there. No, man, that was exactly right. And if the mother has something to say or came over and said something, I sure hope you put all of the leather shoe inside of that and just told her what the business was.
she
Uh,
she just gave me a look and walked away. Other
that
people,
part.
Jess says, "Oh my God, other people's kids annoy the crap out of me. Right? Why can't they all be as good as ours?"
Exactly right. She said you're totally right for what you
Right.
did.
Right.
Yup. No,
Be
but you.
respectful.
And it's not like you weren't disrespectful. You didn't
No, I
call
just
the
no.
little kid names or anything, right? And you just told him like, "Hey,
Hey,
there's other
yo,
people in line."
yep. Yeah, hell no. And like all the other kids are like, okay, yes, I
That's
wait your
exactly
turn.
because they know that they're like if they're not going to be told that they're doing something wrong, then they're going to continue to do what they do and expect that they were doing it correctly,
Hmm.
right? So those are the type of things. If you're doing something that's outside of the norm, which is like, okay, everybody's here, unless like, so I've done this, right? You walk up to a line and there's like three people helping you wait on, like, say if you had to stay fair and there's a concession stand and there's a whole bunch of people in one line and then there's nobody in the next and you see somebody waiting to wait on you. Yeah, I'm not about to step in that line all the way back there. I'm gonna come to the one right here that no
Right, that's
one's
different.
paying attention to.
Right.
But all these kids are paying attention to exactly what they're supposed to be doing, which is getting on this game or adventure journey, whatever it may be. And the other ones are just straight skipping and no, yeah, you got to get that corrected
Well,
because the other ones know what's up.
it is also crazy how sometimes like parents like run into you, don't even acknowledge that they ran into you. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No, I'm cool. You're chasing the kid. You're cool, but like acknowledge
Right.
it, right? My thing I used to do when when I was a little bit younger was when I would hold the door open for somebody. If they just kept going and didn't even acknowledge me, I'd just be like, "You're welcome." And just,
Yes.
but
Blatantly.
so anyway, we did Sky Zone, and then we got home, and then I forgot about this, and lasagna was picked for dinner on Saturday.
Saw the picture. The picture's up on our Facebook page, Rad Bad Stay at Home Dad Podcast. The picture looks amazing. Lil looks
Yeah,
excited, beyond excited.
the girl loves to help cook and be included. She's very sweet like that, and she gets a kick out of it. I wish I would have made a video or a TikTok on it and made an ass out of myself because as I wasn't 100%. Don't worry, I was COVID negative and whatever, but I wasn't 100%, and I was tired. I didn't get much sleep the night before, and just exhausted. I worked out a hard workout, and then I go jump around with kids for 2 hours. And when I'm at Sky Zone, I'm not on the sideline. I'm Lily Sawyer was playing dodgeball with kids, so Lily and I were having a jump off, and I'm like jumping on my back and then like jumping off
Mm.
the wall. I was tired. And so I started making the lasagna. First time I ever made lasagna, and Lily just mixing things up, and we're throwing all the noodles in, and then I throw the bake in the oven. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna clean up the kitchen though. I'm gonna shower, and then you can shower, and then we'll have dinner. She says, okay. I'm cleaning it all up. All of a sudden, I see a bowl of ricotta cheese and egg and mix. I'm like, that's supposed to be in lasagna. So I had to pull the lasagna out, and so sweet. I was like, oh shit. Lily's like, what's wrong? I forgot the cheese. He's like, Daddy, I'll come help you. And so then I had to pull out all the noodles, like layer by layer, and scrape all the sauce off and put the cheese in. And Lily's like, oh, Daddy, just a mistake. And like
Look at her.
she quoted me, and she's like, but Dad, what do we do? We make a mistake, we fix it, right? I go, yes, though, we fixed it. So then we had the lasagna, and I was like, oh, it's such a Chris thing to do. And
So how did it turn out? How did the lasagna turn out?
it was very good. It was very, very delicious.
That part.
I did leave Italian cheese on the counter overnight that never went into lasagna, but there was still plenty of cheese in there to make up for it. And I really wanted a glass of red wine, but
Right.
I'm
Can't do it.
I'm a smoker and a griller. I'm not a baker.
Not a baker. I mean, but you're not really. Well, I guess it is still baking. But yeah,
It's
I feel you. I feel you. When I think of baking, I think of desserts and yeah. Now desserts are hard to do, man. There's a real science to that. With cooking, smoking, and regular cooking, it's trial and error, man. You can add here, switch up a flavor here, but when you do a baking, you got to go all the way through the process at the end to find out if it went well.
yep. So
Yeah.
that was Saturday. I went to bed early Saturday, and then Sunday. It was colder on Sunday, and
Mhm.
I still wasn't feeling great. I didn't want to go out and go sledding, and I didn't want to go ice. I take ice fishing off the table because I'm like, I'm not going to set up and do all that work with them when they're gonna last 20 minutes. I said screw that.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
then we were talking, and we've been working on an igloo at our house. I always make a massive igloo, and so I asked them. And Sawyer really wanted to watch football on Sunday. And I say, you guys just want to have a day, just relax at home. We'll go outside, we'll work on the igloo, and we'll just stick around the house today. And then tomorrow we can do whatever Lily wants to do. Lily said, sure, yeah, let's go. So we did that. Sunday we took it easy. Monday we woke up and Sawyer was in a mood and let everybody know it. Like so when we're eating food, I always in the morning, and if someone doesn't want music on, I turn music on or off. Otherwise,
Sure.
we have it on. So Monday was obviously MLK Day, and
Yes,
I said,
sir.
"Oh, okay, guys." So I had the speech playing, and Sawyer's being a little shit. I don't want to hear this when I'm eating, and I'm like, Sawyer,
Yeah.
and then,
Care
and he
about no rights?
right, and he goes, no, he goes, but Dad, I just want quiet because I'm eating. You said, I'm like, okay, you got a point,
Makes
right?
sense. Yeah, yeah, that makes
As
sense.
soon as he was done with his meal, I'm like, well, you want to listen to this now? She goes, yeah, Dad, let's listen to it. So we watched the speech, and then he's like, oh gosh, you guys are so annoying, and just being a little shit, and then
Real
he's being,
dramatic, like.
oh yeah, and then he's being mean to Lily, and then being mean to me, and being sassy. So then now he's not going to go sledding.
Yeah. Oh, you took that off the table. Like, nope, no
No,
sledding
no,
for
no,
you.
no. He didn't want to go sledding now, but that was what
Oh,
that was
wow. The
what
switch up.
Lily wanted to do. And
Gotcha.
I snapped. I go, "This is why I did roulette because of you. Because
That
if it's not what
part.
you, because if it's not what you want to do, you're gonna act like a little brat. You're gonna do all this, and we're not. Lily's not gonna get to do what she want to do. She went along happily to go do what you wanted to do. She had
Yes,
your meal
sir.
happily. Now it's her." And he just was combative. And then he finally, like an hour or two later, he snapped out of it. He goes, "I want to go sledding."
Oh, now you do. Right,
Yeah.
right.
So then we go sledding, and I didn't get Lily home before midnight because she turned into a pumpkin while sledding. All she wanted to do all weekend was go sledding, and after like her 20th turn, I heard Hurricane Lily was coming, and she just,
Uh-oh.
oh yeah, she lost it. Refused to bring her sled up the hill and snapping at me, and
Tired.
I was like,
Yup.
yeah, exactly. Like, this is what I get for being a great dad. Like, I'm nominated top 5 dad of the
Top
year.
5 dad of the year right here.
Yeah,
Right.
and your kids are out of the top 5 for kids of the year. So, anyways, I had a lot of fun with them.
That is
It was
amazing, bro.
I really I didn't schedule anything with anybody this weekend. I just wanted time with my kids, one on one. And of course, I'm burnt out now, but
Now you're burnt out, right?
it was a lot of fun. I love when I get to put them to bed by myself, and when it's just me. They were very sweet. Oh, Sunday night we went out to dinner. I took them. You ever been to Tommy's Malt Shop in
Tommy's Malt Shop.
Downtown Chaska?
No, never even heard of it.
Burgers are good. The kids liked the malt, so I took them there, and they
Okay.
both in unison gave me a big thank you, Daddy, and big hugs afterwards. So it was fun. I had my first cheat day since New Year's too. I did have a malt. It was delicious.
Hey, there you go. Salute to that.
That
Sometimes
was
you gotta.
that's my long-winded dad roulette weekend. That was not roulette, and that's why I got Sawyered. He got me to not roulette,
It
and
wasn't right. It
he
was a
was a little
Sawyer
shit.
weekend. Shout out to you guys. I love the idea of it, man. If you guys ever get a chance and you're solo parenting and you need a new idea, the dad roulette is a good one. Just pick a bunch of ideas, kind of put it out there, and then they pick from a hat. One picks and the other, and it's just like that's what we all gonna go through and go with. So it's a great idea. On Friday, we actually, as a family, went to Shoreview Community Center.
Saw that.
And it's Shoreview, so it's 35, 40 minutes north. It's right by Roseville, and it was amazing. It's a nice little water park. Has like it's like an indoor rec center for the most part. They have basketball, a little indoor playground for the kids that they can go through tunnels and all that stuff, and then they have this water park that you can go into. And we went there, did the water park, and it I don't know why we didn't expect that it was going to be busy. But when we got in there and we turned the corner and we seen how many people was in that pool, holy buckets. I said, this is a lot of kids, man, a lot of people. But in the end, we end up finding our own little area section of the water and just kind of playing with the children, man. And it didn't go any deeper than 4.5 feet. And Hazel was able to do her own for a little bit. But to have the children just all hung on, clung to the both of us, and we swimming around, Katie and I, and just kind of being a family. And that was like one of our first family outings for the year. But even just in the last probably about 5-6 months, where we all as a family enjoyed each other. And it was kind of cool because the next day or the next morning, Hazel was like, I really had a good time yesterday. So it was very impactful. Katie, and I don't know if Katie ever heard that or if she was told that from Hazel or whatnot. I know I felt to say something now because I'm just not really thinking of it. Um, but it was kind of a whim of a thought for Katie, and she found it somewhere, and it was a good turnout. I was a little meh about it just because I've been in that meh mode. But once I was there in it, got in the pool, all those type of things did change a bit, and I was excited that the girls enjoyed themselves the most, And the worst part about those type of days though is like the night of when we got to do bath night and get everybody washed. Now I got to wash hair and I got to do all this, and none of them, including myself, wanted to do it because it's three bodies that I'm, you know, rifling through, and it's just a lot of work. So I'm already exhausted, and having to go through all of that is a doozy. But if anybody is in that area or you want to adventure up that far, definitely go give it a try. But you're more closer to Chaska, Chanhassen, and all that area, right?
Yeah,
Shakopee.
yeah.
Yep. So Shakopee has a really good area that's pretty like that as well.
Chaska's got one too. We actually, when they were little, I was a member there for a couple of years with them, and we had it was like open swim was Monday and Friday, and then Wednesday they actually had open gym where they had like all these kid toys and stuff and the big climbing
Right.
wall. And so winters I would go there, and like you were saying, it was like it was stressful for me to get them in the shower, like at the community center, get them changed in a shower, and then I gotta change too, like in the shower
Yeah.
with two little kids, and like we're stopping wet. It's 20 degrees outside, and then it, I oh, like a little too much information, so I'll skip some swim diaper stories. And let's just say I could tell that one of the children had corn. One of the times there was a nightmare
Oh,
situation I
jeez.
got myself in, and it was a lot of work, and it was so stressful.
That part. I
And then they
actually
really
salute
nap
Katie.
though.
Right, exactly.
What's it?
Really now. I salute Katie because she actually handled all the girls. That's the torment that I kind of have. Seeing that I have all girls and it was mad, I was a little sad I couldn't help. I know I can bring girls to the men's room and get them set, but I just like I'd rather just do Quinn, not Quinn, but Margo,
Yeah.
because she's not the one that's gonna look around the most and ask the questions, right? Compared to Hazel or Quinn that's gonna start asking too many
Hazel.
questions.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool, and I didn't see it until last minute. They did have a family one, and we just failed to acknowledge it and go in there. But
Well, I would.
Jess did ask a question about how
Oh,
much
sorry.
that one cost, and it was actually pretty inexpensive for a family. For the family, I think it was $46 for two adults and up to three kids. So a total of five people can be in there for a day pass for $46. And then there was a separate prices for a la carte, but I can't remember what they were. I don't think there were no more than like 20 or $15 a person. But if you go as a family, so two adults and up to three children, you'll get it for $46.
Jay, I would be in the family restroom and the locker and stuff, and I would get looks from moms like I didn't belong there with my kids because I was a guy. Because like I was like the only dad there. It's like, yo,
So where are you supposed to go?
exactly. It's like, hey man, I got a 2-year-old girl here and a 4-year-old
Right.
son, and we're going swimming. I'm not here to like peek in the shower. Like,
Not at all. I
right.
did hear or read a article where there's a father that he's a girl dad and he will only use the female's room, but he was obviously do it by knocking on the door, asking if there was any women in there, and then going in. But then even then, when he's in there and he hears the door open and someone comes in, he alerts them right away saying, "Hey, girl dad in here, helping my daughters go to the bathroom." So that way everyone knows. And there was a lot of great reviews that came with that. So I mean, I think at this moment now in my life, I'm okay letting Hazel go to the bathroom by herself. I just stand around the bathroom.
Yep.
And if I do end up having Hazel and Margo or Quinn with me, then I'm letting them two go together. But if it's just myself and Quinn, I'm a little nervous because here's the thing, man. She isn't old enough to just sit. Like, obviously wrap the seat and just sit. She's still got to get her hands and get on it and sit down. And I'm like, that right there is absolutely disgusting. I can't let that happen. So we gotta figure that part out. I just don't know how secure or comfortable I am being in a woman's room like that. So, family rooms it is right now, right? I'm glad they have them.
It's interesting. Like when we're at like Target or something, and Sawyer and I both have to go. Like, all right, well, come in, but
It's
turn
stand in the
around.
corner. Turn around.
Yeah.
Turn around, stand in the corner, head down.
But she's like, she's gotten better now. But like, she wouldn't go at school. Like she wouldn't go when she's in preschool.
Wow.
She would hold it. She wouldn't go in public places because she just grossed out by it, and automatic flushing scares her. But she's gotten better now. But yeah, so it's interesting when you got a boy and a girl, and you got to go
Right.
too. And
What are now, guys? That's out there, that's watching and that's listening to this later. What are some of the tactics that you guys use when you're out and about and your child needs to go to the bathroom and they're of age, right? They're not of age, but yeah, they're later in age, I guess, or old enough. There you go, old enough to do it themselves, or not that quite old enough to be by themselves. What are some of the things? I don't think it's shined upon for women at all because women are normally the ones taking children to the bathroom, so they're always, whether it's a little boy or a little girl. So what are you guys doing, man? Leave us a chat on our Facebook. Let us know what's going on, how that's working, and we get back. Chris, you got anything else, man?
yeah, I didn't want to tell you one funny thing that Sawyer said. Remember I was talking last week how Sawyer's the get out the door, get out the door, get out the door.
Yes, sir.
Sure as shit, Friday morning he goes to Lilly. He goes, Lilly, it's 3 minutes until 10 minutes till we have to go.
Yeah.
So
How are you
13 minutes?
We have 3 minutes before it's 10 minutes to leave. That is a time soldier right there. I don't use to say the old school way, but that is a time soldier. My man is on it. I can't even complain about that, man. That's a good one. All right, guys, that was our show, man. We appreciate you 100%. Again, we're kind of a little short just because, we're here. We can, whatever. Why did I say that? I don't even know, man.
Hey, why don't you play the intro for the outro?
I could do that. Play the intro for the outro.
Oh, what about your Packers? You like them this weekend?
Oh man, you already know I'm rooting for.
You nervous at all against the Niners, or you think they'll handle business?
I am nervous. The 49ers have known to destroy us, but they had the only time that they really did that, they had Colin Kaepernick. I don't think Garoppolo has it in him. I mean, he did it once too. Garoppolo has it in him. They might do the switch off between him and Lance. But my problem and my issue is Debo. I don't know who's going to be able to stop Debo. That guy is insane. But all of our defense is back. Everybody's back. Everyone's looking healthy. Everyone's ready. And it's Green Bay and it's cold. It's gonna be cold this weekend. I'm talking -degree weather while they play. So that's the advantage. They're coming from the West Coast, San Francisco. They're coming. They might be there now practicing and getting a little bit in, but they're not ready for that bite. That bite's gonna be horrendous. So I'm excited. I can't wait to watch. This is going to be the first game of the season where I'm wearing all Packers gear. So I got my jersey, my sweater, everything hung up, ready to go. So game day, I'm putting it on and watching.
I just want to go back. You said his name wrong. It's Colin Kaepernick. Because he threw interceptions.
He threw interceptions. My guy Ronnie's watching. He goes, and you're still going to lose.
I think it's
stop playing.
I think it's a tough. I think it's a tough a tough matchup for Green Bay.
Yeah, yeah. I think that is going to be the toughest match out of the whole ordeal. I'm excited to see all of the playoffs, man. A lot of good teams are in there, and I really, really do hope. And I don't know if it's going to happen, but I really do hope Tom Brady loses in the first round. That'd be stupendous.
I'm rooting for Stafford to win it all. I was really happy.
That's a good choice.
It's my preseason. It's my preseason was Rams over the Bills.
You did call that.
Yeah.
I remember our first talk on this. You said that. Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm in a playoff league. Sawyer's in the fantasy league too. He's got all Chiefs and all Titans. So he's hoping. Yeah, he's got that. I didn't get Stafford, but we'll see. It's fun to watch. I got to go to a painting class with my parents and Jackie on Sunday, so I'll miss the first half. Yay!
Gotcha. Yeah. Enjoy that time, my friend.
I can already hear the argument with Sawyer. Like, I don't want to be here either. Damn it! But we just kidding. It'll be fun.
You said that a couple shows back. You said I don't want to be here either, but sometimes we just got to do what we have to do.
Right. We watch plenty of football. We're spoiled. We get taken care of when the women want to do something, and when we're getting together with family. Sometimes you gotta do it. Get used to it, brother. Because
get used to it, bro.
Yep.
All right, guys. Hey, I need you guys to remember to do us a favor, man. Continue to be an absolute best, because being empowered starts today. We live life, we love unconditionally, and we seek growth. And when we do all three of those, we're in our alpha state. So stay primal and get after it. Lastly, but not least, and this is absolutely important, I'm saying this to myself as well, protect your peace and drink water. You heard? We out of here for the night, man. Catch you guys next week. Let's go. Hold on. I got it. Should I do it that way? Which way should I do it? Regular ass outro. Let's